The old prayer hall had always been a place of quiet reflection. High-arched ceilings held centuries of whispered prayers while shafts of sunlight spilled through the kaleidoscopic stained glass windows. For Maya, it was a refuge, a place to find solace after long, arduous days spent studying in the sprawling campus library. The worn wooden door was her portal to tranquility. Pushing it open, she stepped into hushed reverence. Leena had discovered the hall by accident, drawn by an inexplicable pull during one of her evening piano practices in the music room. She'd followed the sound of distant singing and found herself at the threshold of a new world. Sunlight filtering through crimson and cobalt glass painted the floor in shifting hues. An old hymn filled the space, not sung but played, coaxed from the weathered keys by her nimble fingers. Their paths first crossed on a bleak November day. Rain lashed against the glass, blurring the world outside. Leena sat poised at the piano, her slender fingers dancing over the keys as she wove a melancholic tune. Maya stood entranced at the doorway, her umbrella slipped to the floor, forgotten. Time seemed to stop. The rhythmic tap of raindrops and the haunting melody intertwined in a poignant symphony. When Leena looked up, she saw Maya, her hazel eyes wide with wonder, mirroring the music's yearning. A blush crept up Leena's neck as she realized the music had ceased. In that instant, their gazes locked, and Leena felt a warmth bloom in her chest, chasing away the November chill. Over the next few weeks, their chance encounter blossomed into a ritual. Each evening, Leena would arrive with music sheets tucked under her arm, ready to lose herself in the labyrinth of notes. Maya, too, found excuses to linger. She'd light extra candles at the altar, lingering after the flickering flames danced in her eyes. They began greeting each other at the worn oak door, shy smiles and soft hellos echoing in the vast emptiness. Their initial awkwardness soon melted away, replaced by easy laughter and comfortable silences. Leena would share stories of childhood dreams, of how music was her solace, her way of speaking to a world that never listened. Maya, in turn, confided in Leena about the loneliness of big city life, of how she missed the familiarity of home. The grand old prayer hall became their haven, and their haven became each other. One particularly gloomy afternoon, the hall was bathed in the somber glow of twilight. Rain pattered against the glass, harmonizing with the minor chords that flowed from Leena's fingertips. As Maya listened, she felt a profound sense of peace envelop her. The weight of the day's worries seemed to lift, replaced by a growing warmth in her chest. She found herself leaning against the cool stone wall, her eyes fixed on Leena, who was oblivious, lost in her music. When the last note faded into silence, Maya hesitantly clapped. The sound echoed, seeming foreign in the stillness. Leena startled, her fingers twitching as she turned to face Maya. Their eyes met, and in that shared silence, Maya realized she couldn't keep pretending that the feelings blossoming within her were anything but love. She stepped forward, her voice surprisingly steady as she spoke. "Leena, I need to tell you something." Leena's heart hammered in her chest, her gaze locked on Maya's. Was this the moment when everything they'd shared would change? Would the bond they'd forged over stolen moments at the piano shatter? As Maya took a shaky breath, the stained glass behind her flared with hues of crimson and gold, casting dancing shadows on the floor. The air hung heavy with unspoken emotions, years of buried desires threatening to spill over. With a deep breath, Maya continued, her voice softer now, yet resolute. "I'm in love with you, Leena. I've tried to deny it, to push it away, but it's here. It's always been here." Her eyes searched Leena's, seeking understanding, maybe even reassurance. Leena's breath hitched. The music room, their haven, suddenly felt confining, the walls closing in. How could she have not seen what Maya felt? All those shared glances, the lingering touches, hadn't they been signs all along? For a moment, the only sound was the relentless drumming of rain. Then Leena whispered, her voice trembling, "Oh, Maya." Tears welled up in her eyes, blurring the image of the woman who had captured her heart. As if sensing Leena's turmoil, Maya stepped closer, her hand reaching out to cup Leena's face. Her thumb brushed away a stray tear, sending a jolt through Leena. The touch of Maya's hand was electric, igniting a fire within her that had slumbered for far too long. "Leena," Maya repeated, her voice filled with concern. "I know this might be sudden, but please, can I kiss you?" The question hung in the air, charged with emotion. Leena looked into Maya's eyes, the depth of feeling there mirrored in her own heart. She nodded, unable to speak, her throat constricted with emotion. As Maya leaned in, The world outside the hall faded away. The rain, the city noises, even the ticking clock on the distant wall fell away into blissful silence. Maya's lips met hers, soft and tentative at first, then with growing passion. It was a kiss that spoke of longing and hope, of whispered prayers finally answered. The kiss deepened, and Leena's arms encircled Maya's waist, pulling her closer. The boundaries of their haven had shifted. The piano, once a silent witness, now stood as a sentinel marking their territory. When they finally broke apart, breathless and smiling, the kiss still lingering on their lips, Leena whispered, "It's perfect here, isn't it?" Maya nodded, her eyes shining. "Here with you." In the days that followed, the prayer hall became their sanctuary, a testament to their love. Stained glass saints looked down serenely as they shared laughter and dreams. The echo of their first kiss lingered in the arches, mingling with the lingering scent of incense. Leena would play for Maya, filling the hall with music that spoke of their love story, of two souls finding solace and sanctuary in each other. As the final notes resonated, Maya would pull Leena close, whispering her love into the music's hush. The world beyond the hall's sheltering arms might be indifferent, maybe even harsh, but within their haven, they had each other, and that was enough. The prayer hall, once a place of solitary solace, had become a stage for their love story. And as their love deepened, so did the music, echoing their journey from hesitant whispers to resounding declarations.